Okay, I'm going to start the It Depends series with a fun story. Well, I'm Lebanese, but I'm not a typical Lebanese. Lebanese are famous since the Phoenician days that they are traders. But I am more of a knowledge guy, writing, things like this. So I'm not really a business person or a trader by my personality type. So when I went to the US and I started to study in the US, and I was graduating with a bachelor degree in civil engineering from the University of Houston, at that time, Houston economy in Texas was ruined because of the oil prices. So the option was to go to California. One of my professors have introduced me to an ex-student that managed a company in California. So I said, Mounir, go meet with them. So I went and met with them, and sure enough, they actually offered me a job. So I went to my professor and said, Professor, what do I do now? They offered me a job, but in California and I'm in Texas. So what do we do about moving, relocation, all of that stuff? And he told me, negotiate. And by the way, that American professor is American. So it's not like Lebanese and, used to the Lebanese business way. He said, negotiate. Now, I'm typically a shy person. So it's difficult for me to negotiate, but I did negotiate. And what the company said, well, the only thing we can do for you is we pay you like $500, and that was 30 years ago, or 33 years ago, to move from Texas, from Houston to Orange County, California. I said, fine, that's a deal. I went there. I worked for a while, then I went back to the University of California at Berkeley to do my master's degree. While at Berkeley, Exxon Chemical came and interviewed many people, and I was one of those people who were offered a position. So what to do now? I said, I remember my old professor telling me that negotiate. So I started to negotiate with Exxon Chemical. Apparently they didn't like it, but in the end it worked out, and they gave me a little bit. I can't remember what I was asking for, maybe a relocation, but at the end of the day we made a deal, and I came to work in Exxon. Now my section head is a British guy. And as a welcoming event, usually, a day or two after I arrive, they invite me to lunch, and they bring in the whole team and the management team. And he said, Mounir, I have to tell you a funny story. So a funny story within the funny story. He said, I used to work with a lot of Lebanese in Belgium. And if you ask Lebanese, what is the price of potato? And he would tell you, it depends. It depends on whether he's buying or selling. So when you start to negotiate, a lot of people here want to decline the offer. They want to withdraw the offer because who are you to negotiate with Exxon? And obviously Exxon at that time was the largest, and even just before the mobile, it was the largest petroleum company in the US. So who are you to negotiate with Exxon? However, because I know the Lebanese way of doing things, and I assume that is second nature to you, or that is part of your DNA. So I convinced them not to withdraw the offer. And here you are. So I negotiated, but the price of potato, if you want to know, it depends. Thank you.